Hey, what's up, Sports to the Bone family? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody is doing okay. All right, my viewers and subscribers. So in this one, very interesting. We see where West Indies superstar Carlos Brathwaite is actually going out very hard at the England cricket team as it relates to how they handled the last session there in that first test. You know, the fact that England allow the thing to go right down to the final over is not sitting well with Carlos Brathwaite at all. You know, he's saying that he sees it as being very disrespectful. And, you know, with two set batsmen at the crease, you know, he's saying that they should have called it long time ago. Root should have called it. You know, the fact that we had Bonner and Jason Holder well set and at the crease, Joe Root should have called it, and it was very disrespectful how they went down to the last over. Now, he's quoted as saying, and I quote, "If I were a senior player in the dressing room, I would have found it very disrespectful." Now, Carlos Brathwaite went on to say, and I quote, "Would they have done it in the Ashes? Would they have done it against India, New Zealand, or Pakistan?" So, you know, apparently Carlos is saying that, you know, these guys really were underestimating us, and not even only underestimating us, disrespecting us. The fact that they thought with two set batsmen, we still would have battled it, you know, and probably gave up, you know, 6 wickets within the hour time. Well, I have my opinion on it, you know, my viewers and subscribers. I will definitely give you my opinion. I just going to go through what Carlos Brathwaite said. No, he went on to say, and I quote, "I think the answer is no. They would have not done anything like that if they were playing against India, Pakistan, or Australia, or even New Zealand." No, he went on to say, two set batsmen were at the crease, right? And what West Indies need to do now is that the next two games that we have in hand, we need to go out there and prove to them that we are better than they think. That is what Brathwaite is saying. Now we know that, yeah, you know, since of late the man is doing some commentary and the man is doing some analyst work and them sort of things. But here we go now, my viewers and subscribers. Know that I have told you guys exactly what Brathwaite is saying. And don't get me wrong, you know, I can understand what he's saying and where he's coming from. You know, I too was wondering why is it that Root didn't call the game, especially when we went down in the final hour of play, and we had you know, Jason Hole and Banner really set, you know, and maybe a couple of batsmen in the shed to come. I was wondering why was he drawing it out, but in the back of my mind, in all honesty, my viewers and subscribers, I was also, you know, worrying whether or not we would do something silly or something stupid. So I know that Brathwaite is looking at it that our batsmen were set, and probably if it were other team, like say for example Australia, and would they have in the middle order? Say for example Steve Smith bats at 4, right? Banner bats at 4, Travis Head bats at 6, I think, and or 5, right? And we had Jason Holder coming in. Not comparing our guys with those guys, you know, but I'm saying based on the role that they play in the team, if you have two guys like that set, and you know it's the last day of the test match, and you still have other wickets, you know, one would think that they would have called it. But we still have to remember that this is West Indies we are talking about, my viewers and subscribers, and on countless number of occasions we would have seen where the team would have, you know, been in very good position to win or to draw games, and we basically battle it right down. You know, the perfect example would be, why did he do that? We all remember that. That situation there. The difference is that with this now, we had two set batsmen, right, in Jason Holder and Nkrumah Banner. So it's not like we had a set batsman and a number 11 like we had when the why did he do that thing happened. So even if England, you know, even if they were drawing from that and remembering that, you know, our players made that silly, not players, one particular player made that silly decision to do that when we would have drawn the game. You know, even if they remember that and saying, all right, let us push for the win, let us push for the win. The fact that we had two set batsmen, you know, it was a bit it was a bit disheartening to see how they were looking down at us. I tell my viewers and subscribers, the thing is that 6 wickets, they still had to take 6 wickets. And based on how our guys were batting and with just an hour leave, I am thinking that they probably could have given us the benefit of the doubt and say, all right, let us call this one based on how these guys are batting. Especially, personally, I believe that if it was up to Joe Root, he probably would have called it. But I don't know why. For some reason, there's a little voice in my brain telling me that Ben Stokes was saying to him, "We can do this. We can do this. We can get them out." And the only thing that I was the biggest thing that I was wondering why that happened is why did Joe Root bowl Ben Stokes so long. The fact that he was coming off, he's just recovering from a side strain, and he had him bowling so many overs. That was the only thing. That is why I'm thinking that probably Stokes, as a senior player, is the one that was pushing and saying, "We can do this, skipper. We can get them. We can get them." But in all honesty, I can understand what Brathwaite is saying. The fact that we had a couple of set batsmen batting for a good period of time, we could have shook hands early and say, all right, we call this one a draw. But as I said, the name of the game is cricket. The name of the game is cricket, and we would have seen on several occasions, as I said earlier, what West Indies would have done in similar situation to this, where we lose 1 wicket and then everybody just start collapsing. So all we have to do now is, if we find ourselves in the position against them like that, we just play it right down just the same. That is all we need to do. As Brathwaite said, we have two other test matches to prove that we are better than what they think. So we just have to go there and get it done, my viewers and subscribers, because at the end of the day, you are only as good as what you do on a consistent basis. And if you are consistently doing bad or poorly, people are going to look at you as a bad team or as a poor team, right? If you have a one-off thing where you are doing extremely well, they might be saying to themselves, all right, here what, we might be able to get them if we pair out another 1 or 2. Even when it went down to 8 overs and we still had those 2 guys at the crease, that is when I was really looking at it and saying, Joe Root can call it. When it went down to 15 overs, I started zooming in, and I was saying, I wonder if they're going to call it. But when it went down to 8 overs and I saw the man still giving Ben Stokes the ball, I was, oh man, these people serious. Even the commentators thought that they would have called it a little bit earlier, because we saw where even the camera, every minute the camera left the other players and was zooming in on Joe Root, to see if he would gesture to the team that, all right, we're going to call it. I think one at the time, what's his name? Samuel Badri. Even Samuel Badri, I heard saying Ian Bishop is, would have left and he's down there setting up, getting ready for the post-match, presentation. And we know that they have to leave early to get themselves set for that. But at the same time, you could hear it in their voices that they thought England were going to call it a little bit earlier than they did. But it's just one of them things, my viewers and subscribers. It just presented Banner and Hola with some more deliveries to face, to basically build their confidence, knowing that they were put in an extremely pressured situation and they were able to survive. Because right down to the end, they had maybe about 4 or 5 guys around the back with Leash bowling some deliveries, and Hola and Banner were able to just go forward and drop it right in front of them. So I tell you, my viewers and subscribers, what England did, they a lot of people go just as what Brathwaite is saying, gonna see it as being disrespectful. But I have to be honest, I am happy with the fact that we were able to play well and to bat long. That is not something that we're used to, but I am still not going to let that trick me. I am going to remember that we would have battled things like this before. And when I say battle, I'm talking about we would have been in good situation and just throw it right away. And it's a game of cricket, so I can't even to beat Joe Root. It's a bit weird, I must say. And as Brathwaite probably rightly said, maybe he wouldn't have done it to a different team. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't know, my viewers and subscribers. I might be looking at it wrong, but you can just let me know in the comment section what you all think about this one. Zane, let's go and big up on yourself, my peeps. I'm out.